dear lady, you who live in such a tumultuous epoch, do you not thirst for the drama and emotion of a properly structured tragic play?
Of course you don't. You want to escape your troubles. You want to be made merry. You want to be amused.
It is no good. We shall never agree.
Ah, if only we could get our hands on Morley's lost play. It would solve all our problems.
Yes, it is said to bring together the opposites of tragedy and comedy in an exquisite marriage of forms.
But perhaps you can find it.
Yes, we beg you. The theatre, the muses, the very heart and soul of this town will thank you.
Tag me if you can!
Splendid, splendid! You should know we did commission an elderly detective to search the library for clues as to the play's whereabouts, but he never returned.
The man's name is Ransom Locke, and he's rather closer to senility than one would like, truth be told.
If you come across this gentleman, he may be able to aid you. I believe he is looking for the collected works of the playwright Philip Morley, as we speak.
One can only hope they were not burned when the king closed down the academy and its library.
Turn back now, mortal one. Stay away from this accursed place. Only death and insanity await you. Thou seekest forbidden knowledge, but shall find naught but damnation. Don't pick it up! No, really, I'm serious. You lot just can't leave well enough alone, can you? Bloody literary tourists, bane of my afterlife. Listen, you're not getting my lost play, you hear? It's rubbish, worse than rubbish. I mean, what was I thinking mixing tragedy and comedy? I must have been off my rocker.
It would seem, my dear madam, you have been apprehended by the ghost of Philip Morley. That makes us both his captives. I am Ransom Locke. If the name seems familiar, it is because I was once a detective of some renown. And yet, here I am, ready to live out the rest of my days, trapped in a book. As far as I can deduce, we are currently in a scene from one of Morley's greatest romantic plays, the near tragedy of Oliver and Ethel. I believe if we are to escape, we must act out the scene. But performing is not one of my talents. If I am correct, putting on this costume should set things in motion.
O Ethel, my love, my life, my son, if thou wouldst but give me one sign, one gesture that would speak of your affections, then might I think this grey existence worth living.
Ah, yes, a classic moment in the play. You are Ethel, the beautiful young daughter of a dung merchant. Show Oliver that you love him, and we may be able to leave this scene.
Top dead!
Oh, woe! What cruel darts doth strike my intemperate soul! If this rejection be true, then I shall reject the world itself. This deadly brew shall make of me a feast for the worms, and it shall touch my lips if you do not admit your undying love. Please!
His insistence doesn't surprise me. As it was written, Ethel did indeed profess her love, and the two lived happily ever after.
My heart is yours, my love.
Let the heavens and the seas, the toads and the eels sing the song in my heart, for she doth love me, and all is well. We shall meet again in the morrow, my little ferret, and elope into the sunset to live out our days in wondrous joy.
A magnificent rendition. Truly, I applaud you.
I see you are gifted with remarkable literary cunning, but can you really comprehend the depths of my work? That we shall see.
Ah, yes. This is undoubtedly a scene from one of Morley's earlier, funnier plays, Bloodbath at the Royal Court. And this must be your costume. The role of the fool is one filled with tragic depth. It will require a masterful performance.
What fresh insolence is this? Out of my throne, you impertinent buffoon! Stand before your king, and do your jester's duty. 'Tis a troublesome time for this court, and my crown grows heavy. So make me laugh, or I shall have your head.
Coochie coochie coo.
Oh, stop, it's too funny. I believe I'm in the right mood now to meet with those foreign delegates. I think I shall only behead half of them, yes.
I have never seen a more convincing fool. There is hope for us yet.
You handle my royal dramas as well as you handle my romances. But will your versatility extend to the more subtle domains of theatre, I wonder?
Oh dear. Unless I'm mistaken, this is a scene from Morley's notoriously violent historical epic, Titus the Mutilator, Part 2, which would mean this is the gladiatorial arena from Act 5, where Titus is finally slaughtered by savage warriors seeking revenge. A favorite scene of mine as a child, I must admit. And here is Titus's famous costume. I had some pajamas that looked just like it. Put it on and you will take on the greatest role of your life.
Titus! Thy pox-membered body shall pay for thy monstrous villainy. My son lies dead because of you. Now shall revenge be mine, cold as your corpse and all the more flavoursome for it.
Do try to make your demise convincing.
Well done, matey.
Does she really think she can beat us all?
This is like carving meat.
Oh, yes, that was well struck.
Titus has fallen! Vengeance is mine at last! But what is yonder scar upon his cheek? No, it cannot be. He was my son! Oh, woe and wretched misery! I am undone, My heart breaks with grief. It has beat its last. Adieu, unkind world. Adieu.
A tremendous performance. For a moment, I believed you truly had passed on. I wonder what scene will follow now.
Oh, what scene could possibly follow such a masterful rendition of my work? You have brought such depth of meaning to my words, I stand in awe. You have earned the prize no mortal has ever been honored with before, my missing play. I entrust it to you, for I know that you will do it justice. I call it The Ham Sandwich, a metaphorical title, of course.
Ah, you have retrieved our aged investigator. Happy day! Have you perchance found...
This is no time for perchances, Lambert. The play! Do you have it? We're saved, Lambert!
Oh, the joy in my bosom knows no bounds! Thank you a million times, thank you!
His head bosom! It's already working! Comedy and tragedy will at last join hands!
Hark! Bear witness to the tragic futility that is man. Oh, how it doth sear my senses to see paradise and yet to be barred.
That reminds me of a great joke. A guard, a monk and a chicken walk into a bar. Unfortunately, the bartender had had a mild heart attack that morning, so none of them get served.
And yet what purpose doth heartache serve when the infinite dark blanket that is death falls softly upon our still beating corpse?
That reminds me of another one. A corpse walks into a bar and says, "Can I have a lemonade?" "Certainly," replies the bartender. "I've never seen a stiff drink."
And so endeth our happy sad play, which reminds us we are made of nothing but clay. There's time only for our fool to say,
"Great big giant bosoms!"
What the hell was that?
Biggest load of old tosh I ever saw. It didn't even make sense.
Worst play ever.
Well done. You have gathered quite an impressive following in Brightwall. This should be more than enough to convince this little hamlet to send aid to the dwellers.
What shall you do now,
I believe
Mr.
Samuel
Locke?
awaits you at the
Any
town
more
gates to
mysteries
express
on the
that very
horizon?
sentiment.
I rather think not. My powers of reasoning and deduction diminish with each passing day. Investigation is a young man's game.
How would you like to take acting lessons?
I would rather consume a bottle of arsenic.
And who could blame you?